Hello, welcome back to the ProBalance PT channel. My name is Ada Wells. I'm a physical therapist and certified Pilates instructor. And one of the questions that I received that I wanted to answer was just the basic question of why Pilates is so good for back pain. Doctors know that it is. The community, the fitness community embraces it. But being able to explain why is, it's more than just core strength. I think the word core strength kind of gets thrown around there just a little bit too much. So this is the essence of why Pilates is so effective. When we're looking at something like the spine here, where the spine is made up of several different vertebrae, and when you move, you don't just move at one segment. When you go to turn to sort of reach back to, fasten your seatbelt, swing a golf club, whatever the movement may be, movement should occur a little bit at each particular area of the spine. Now, there's certain areas of the spine that are designed more for movement than others, and so that's important to know. Now, what happens is that if we develop stiffness and tightness in certain parts of the spine that should be the mobile parts, then what happens is that then you end up getting the movement at the parts that are supposed to be stable, not mobile. So example of this is the middle back, the thoracic spine. This is an area that gets really stiff on people. We are a society sitting at computers, looking at our smartphones, and we're really sitting way too much. And so what happens is when you start not moving this particular area of your spine, it starts becoming stiff. So then when you go to try to make that big movement, instead of getting that little bit of distribution of forces throughout the spine, you end up shearing at maybe one or two segments down low. So that's why you end up with people that have so many issues at the low back. It's that this area is supposed to be stable, but when you don't have the mobility up above, you end up shearing and compressing into that area. Same goes for the neck. A lot of times people will have some pain that's sort of in the lower neck area. Really, most of the motion should occur, once again, kind of middle back for rotation and up at the higher cervical spine. So if you're not getting mobility there, you're going to end up getting that shearing just at a couple of these segments, and that's going to lead to that wear and tear, arthritic changes, and pain. So if somebody has arthritis in their back, they've got a degenerated disc, can we reverse that? No. As a Pilates instructor, as a physical therapist, you're not going to reverse the actual degeneration that has occurred, or the bone spurs that are there, those are there. But what we can do is we can reduce the amount of shear and irritation that occurs at that segment, creating that degenerative process. So by restoring some motion in the areas that should be stiff, restoring strength and stability at the areas which should be stable, not mobile, then what we do is we really optimize the movement that you have throughout the spine, so that when you go to do that golf swing or you go to fasten that seatbelt, you're now getting that distribution of forces throughout the entire spine, and that is going to make the spine a much healthier structure for your body and much less painful. You're also going to feel that you are able to move easier, your posture is going to feel more upright, things will be a lot easier to perform. So that in essence is why Pilates is so good for back pain. And if you want to know more, just log on to our website, ProBalancePT.com. You can email info@ProBalancePT.com. That will come to me, and I can answer any additional questions that you might have. Because there are certain conditions where you do want to avoid certain movements, or you really want to emphasize certain movements, and that's going to be up to your health professional based on what your specific issue is to determine that particular course of treatment. Okay? So until next time, thank you for joining me.